Kilo 4 Bravo Tango Alpha.
Kilo 4 Bravo Tango Alpha, go.
Tango Alpha, go.
Roger, this is Kilo 4 Bravo Tango Alpha. The name is Louis. I am in Marietta, Georgia. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Louis. What's going on down that way, sir? What radio are you running?
Down that way, sir. What radio are you running?
Yes, sir. I'm running a FLEX-6600 with a QRO amplifier, running about 1,200 watts. I bought a PR40, and I was wondering if how does my radio sound?
Sounds good. Your dynamic range, what was that, Flex what?
What was that, Flex what?
6600.
Roger. Sometimes the flexes don't cume up on the fatness of the audio too well, but I think you've got pretty good control over yours. It looks to be about a 3.5 dB dynamic range, 3 1/4, somewhere in there. Pretty good.
1/4, somewhere in there. Pretty good.
Yeah, Roger that. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. I was just wondering because I have an external board also on it that Mr. Bob Heil told me to buy, and I just want to make sure that everything jives with what I have.
Roger. Now you are just a tad mid-rangey. That is an outboard EQ board. Is that a Roger?
Board EQ board. Is that a Roger?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, I would look in my mid-range area from about 1.5 down to about 800 cycles, and I would put all that flat. The thing is, EQ is you're trying to balance the uppers to mids and the bottoms to mids. You know, your midpoint is what you're trying to balance between on your low end and your top end. So a lot of folks have a tendency, unfortunately, to boost their mid-range, and by boosting their mid-range, the top and the bottom can never catch up. So what you want to do is keep your mid-range from 1.5 to 800 as flat as possible. That way you can get a better curve as far as a more full-bodied equalization. Roger?
Equalization, Roger?
Yeah, Roger that. I went ahead and changed them and put it down at the 12 o'clock position on both of the mid-range settings there. Is that any better for you?
Yes, sir. Now I would go just for the first thing, I would go to my top-end EQ. What do you have? How many band EQ is that?
What do you have? How many band EQ is that?
This is about 8.
Okay, what's your top two? Your top two EQs, is that a parametric EQ?
Is that a parametric EQ?
Is it electric?
No, is it a parametric? In other words, can you shift the frequency of the EQ point, or is it a fixed point?
Fixed point.
I can't shift the frequency on this one. It's just either highs, mid, or low.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. So I would take, what's your top EQ? What range is that?
What range is that?
On the low side or the high side?
High side.
High side.
It's 8K.
Repeat.
Repeat.
I have an 8K, 4K, 2K, and 1K.
Okay, 8K. What's the position of the 8K?
Okay, what's the position of the 8K?
All the way at the bottom.
You mean a roll on 8K?
You mean a roll on 8K?
Yeah, on the 8K is all the way at the bottom on 0, minus 10 dB.
Okay, you want to flatten that. I mean, you want to bring that up to flat, straight up, neither cut nor boost, straight up, Roger?
Neither cut nor boost, straight up, Roger?
Yeah, Roger, it's at plus 10 dBs now.
Yeah, so the straight up position is the flat position. Where you were rolling it, and you don't want to roll top end. All right, now where's your 4K?
All right, then where's your 4K?
My 4K is sitting dry number 7 right now.
Boost or roll?
Boost or roll?
It's a plus 7.
Okay, I would take that plus 8, and I would move it your 8K, I would move it to plus 4. Theoretically, there's nothing there, but there is. So take that 8K and move it to +4. Roger?
To +4, Roger.
Yeah, 8K is up to +4.
All right. Now tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds.
System for about 10 seconds.
Yes, sir. Antenna system here is a Home Depot antenna. It's 14 gauge wire in an inverted V position and 50 feet at the apex. It runs 3 bands, 80 meters on the same speed point.
All right, I just switched over to my local receiver. You sound like you might have a little distortion in there. Not major, but a little bit. Tell me the best thing you like about your radio.
Well, the best thing I like about my radio now, since I quit hollering into the radio, is that you can listen to other bands and see which bands are opening as you're communicating in all the other bands. And now I'm talking on a regular voice instead of hollering into the microphone.
Roger. Now, I do hear a little distortion there. What I want you to do, do you have a direct bypass? Can you directly bypass your external stuff and go directly with your mic to your radio?
Probably could.
All right, talk to me for just a second. If you're bypassed, and let me hear you.
I went ahead and did it. Does that make any difference?
I still hear some trash in there. Can you actually connect your bypass your outboard electronics and plug your mic directly into your radio?
Negative, sir. That's on the back side of the radio.
Oh, you're feeding a high level in?
Yes, sir, I am.
Roger. Well, it just sounds distorted. Now, I don't know, whether it's RF getting back into the AF or exactly what it is, but and I'm suspecting that you're not totally bypassing your outboard electronics. I think you may still be going through do you have an output control on your outboard electronics?
Monitor button off. It was on. Is that any better?
I think so. Now, you never want to run your monitor when you're transmitting. I mean, I don't care what it is. You're going to get some garbage back in there off the monitor. So you want to stay away. Actually, you want to stay away from earphones or monitor, or all that stuff when you're transmitting, because it has a way of folding back in and mixing with your transmitted audio, either acoustically or electronically, and you don't want to do that, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. I went ahead and turned it off. I hope that's any better. And I know you got a pile of people there. I don't want to take up too much of your time, guys. I really appreciate your help, over.
I think that sounds a lot cleaner. If you got just a minute, we'll press on here. Theoretically, you're bypassed on your outboard electronics, so go ahead and put those back in now.
Say again, sir. I think I didn't miss what you said. You went down on the noise.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and reestablish your outboard electronics as you had it, and let's see if it's clean now.
Set it back here. Let me turn it up. Okay. There it is, back where it was before. This is the external mixer on again.
Okay, but you're not having your monitor system on, Roger?
That's correct. Everything is off.
Right. Yeah. I would run it without the monitor system. All right. Now, quickly go to your. So you're running a 3 on your compressor. Is that a Roger?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, then go to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust your ALC from mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Okay, here we go. Turning it down. Okay, I'm about a -10. -10 on the ALC.
Okay, so the distortion is back. Gosh, I would think, if... let me think here. Have you ever ran in? Does that Flex have a front end mic level input?
No, sir, it does not.
Okay, so the only way you can get there is high level in. Have you tried any other high levels amps to get in other than the one you have?
No, sir. I've had this hooked up for a while. As a matter of fact, I haven't turned this thing on in about 3 months.
Roger, Roger. Well, there is some distortion there, so I don't know whether it's coming from your high-level input source amp there or not, but it is there, and it's not major, but it is just a little raspy. Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. I have a QO, and that sounds pretty loud, so that's probably where it's coming from.
Roger, Roger. Well, if you go to KC9VKV on YouTube and go through our QSO page and look for My Group Air Check 71720, My Group Air Check 71720, you'll be able to hear it there. It's not, like I say, it's not major, but it is a little raspy. Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
Your help, and God bless and take care, and hopefully I'll figure it out between now and next Friday. Have a good day. This is K4BTA. I'll be clear.
Roger, Roger, Louis, 3 Sightway, sir. Thanks for checking in. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.